Sometimes there's a people have, like you said, ecstatic sexual experiences, and they feel that this is due to that they're doing sex properly. But you can take drugs and you have an ecstatic experience. So does that mean that the MDMA is true? No, it's a hacking. That's what the MDMA is. It's a hacking of your hormonal system and your brain system to give you an experience that resembles a state you would like to believe exists somewhere naturally. So, in what I call friction sex, that means the game, well, people can become very good at giving each other MDMA, friction pleasure. So, you have a form of ecstatic experience, and you have people specialize at that, and they call that tantra. It's a big subject, the subject of tantra, but I think you'll understand what I mean. But what are we doing? Well, we're stimulating the nervous system in order for it to secrete a certain kind of experience. And people who are in the game of sexuality, that means who've relinquished themselves to it, they say, okay, this is how it is, and they play the game, they're hustlers. Some of them become very good. That's what a high-level prostitute does. She's very good at giving her client the kind of bliss that he wants. Yeah, but do you think you're going to relax with a prostitute? At a certain degree, you may, but not really. She specializes at squeezing you, squeezing your system, not relaxing it, squeezing it perfectly to hit that spot that gives you the come of your life. But you'll call that ecstatic, and in a way, that's the experience, unless you have a greater experience that makes that look like... I've taken drugs in my life, and when you're a kid and you're dumb and you've never had this before, wow. And then I've had real experiences that one can say are mystical. I'm like, I would never take this if you gave me $1 million, 10 million, 100. This is disgusting. I don't even know how you can... It's like eating a fudge sundae at Mickey D's. Once upon a time, that was the top of the top for me. I'm like, I don't even know how I would eat this today. It's disgusting. Right? Unless you experience something greater, you think this is awesome. So your average person who gives themselves to the game of fucking, which is less and less people, but still comprises of a great number of people, it's all the question is squeezing emotions, squeezing gonads, squeezing mental ideas or mental fantasies. Squeeze. How can I squeeze? How can I just get you squeezed so that you can come out of yourself? So I hope this is not coming across as a criticism, because quite frankly, for me, it's not. I don't care, whatever works for you. I'm just trying to bring to your attention that there's nuances and there exists other possibilities, because this is sex, nothing else. So I've been down that road like many people, and I've had a chance to analyze it, experience it, play in it, be played in it, have all kinds of experiences in it, and I say at some point, that doesn't work for me. I want something else. So that's why I speak about this to let you know that there's something else also that exists. It's very seldom spoken about. Our modern day and our modern culture will never speak about it, because it's the opposite it is. Sexuality as a tool for intimacy with yourself, with another person. Sexuality as a tool for self-discovery. Sexuality as a tool for healing. Sexuality as a conduit to higher knowing. And listen, you can take LSD. I've spoken with a lot of cats who take LSDs. For them, they talk to God. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's very tricky. Because a lot of people say, yeah, but my sexuality is giving me deep experience. I'm like, experience is... No, it's knowledge of self. So let's say that sexuality can be a tool for knowledge of self. And knowledge of self means you're going to go and journey into the shadow. Shadow means the unconscious. Everything in you that's unconscious, what's unconscious in the subtle powers that create life around you, the unconscious or the shadow, meaning the unconscious world of the woman. And that's where there's a meeting. And unless you start to understand that the unconscious and the reality of it, then you'll never grasp why you're so scared of sex. You'll just keep on pretending you're not scared of sex like your average person does, by presenting a facade that you're hypersexualized, or that you're not interested in sex, or you're beyond sex because you're an intellectual. But the reality is that you're terrorized of it, because it's pointing towards something. And that terrifies you. We've covered this before, but I'm bringing it from a refreshing angle, I suppose. So sexuality will, if you don't try to choke it and take control because you're on top of things, can open you to the unconscious realm, the mystical realm, the esoteric realm, call it whatever you like, what's not seen. And once you enter, or once that door opens, if it's open unlawfully or dishonorably, you're like entering a world of powers. If you fuck around there, you're fucked. Essentially, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Because I'm trying to say it nicely, but enough of speaking nice. You're entering in a world of darkness that you don't know. You probably have no guidance, and when you go there, well, it's like going into the forest at night. You're technically screwed. You don't know what's what. And that's what your average person's trying to run away from, is actual organic primal powers, and they're trying to run away by pretending they have control over the very, very surface of the expression of that organic power. And even that, for your average person, sucks at it. Anyways, the subject of sexuality is very great and very grand. Let's keep it concrete. I liked how we approached it today. It's like more human, and it can open up to big things, because now we're like just expanding, and it's like, no, let's go back down.